Happy Monday, everybody. How are you guys doing? Comment down in the section below. What? Comment down. Yeah, you don't post a video for 1 week and you forget how to do things. Comment in the comment section down below and let me know how you're doing. How am I doing? Well, I am not doing so well, friends. I am struggling. And it's really been a hard time for me dealing with some things personally. As you guys know, the panorama has not been easy. It's getting worse and worse, but I wanted to make this video because I also want to take my own advice. I wanted to make this video just simply about self-care, because I think self-care oftentimes is this thing that's very commercialized, and capitalism is thriving because of all the self-care branded things that we have going on, and sometimes that could actually take away from the actual practice of self-care and tending to yourself. And so I wanted to make this video simply one, to take my own advice, and you'll see why when I actually get into the video, but also if there's somebody who might find it helpful, considering the tough times that we're in. How do we care for ourselves better? And for me, I have tried to simplify self-care because I realized I was spending way too much money on self-care, and it was making me broke. And the broke I am, the more stressed I am. And the more stressed I am, the more I need to spend more money on self-care products. And I don't think that is what it should be about. I think self-care in itself is just about tending to yourself. And you don't need money to tend to yourself. Sometimes it's nice to treat yourself here and there, but your entire self-care practice cannot be about spending money. And that is me talking to myself, and I'm pretty sure there's other people who are guilty of this too. But the simple way in which I now approach self-care to kind of, one, not make it about capitalism and make it about rest in all its forms, even resting from spending money, resting from advancing people in power. Not to say that I never spend any money. I still like to buy a nice candle for myself. I still like to treat myself with some cake here and there. But the quickest way I've found to actually care for myself, and the way in which I've made it easy for myself to actually self-care, I actually try to not even use that term anymore. But I really just find the next thing that brings me joy. I just do the one thing that I know without a fail will always bring me joy. And so these days, whenever I'm having a hard day, or having a hard few days, hard few weeks, hard few years, hard few life, a hard life, I'm just kidding. But whenever I'm having a hard time and I know that I need to be more intentional with self-care, I ask myself, what can I do that brings me joy? And that usually is now becomes something I do to care for myself and tend to myself. And oftentimes that looks like, okay, what can I do that brings me joy now? Man, filming videos brings me a lot of joy. And so I'm going to force myself to film a video even though I don't feel like it, because I know filming and editing and being lost in this world brings me joy. Hence I say this is me taking my own advice, see what I did there? But I also, I like to game, to draw, or talk to my friends, or watch funny videos, or watch an episode of The Office I've probably watched multiple times. And those small things that we could do, talk to a friend or an old family member and just, be lost in that world. I love hanging out with kids as self-care as well. So I like, seeing my friends with children when I can, obviously. Granted, this is not the time to really be seeing people. But I just do the next best thing that gives me joy. So the next easiest thing that brings me joy. Sometimes there's harder things that bring me joy. So for instance, when I go for a jog, that's not the easiest thing, but it is a joyful thing. And it is a thing that helps me care for myself. Going to therapy is not an easy thing, but it is a thing that eventually helps me care for myself. But sometimes it's just easier to do what is most immediate to me at the moment. So writing, making content, listening to content, and watching other people really, really brings me joy. And gaming and getting lost in another world and stuff, those things really give me joy. And most of the times they don't require me to spend extra money. If you like to dance, maybe dancing is your thing, or singing is your thing, or just sitting around and having small talk is your thing. But I wanted to make this video to encourage you to care for yourself and share with you my simple approach for caring for myself, which is do the next thing that makes you happy. You know, do something that brings you some form of joy in your life. And self-care doesn't always have to be about spending money. It doesn't always have to be about doing something dramatic like going for a massage, because if that was the case, then we'd never really care for ourselves, would we? And so in these times where options are limited, truth is options are not really limited. We can do things that have been before us this whole time. And so to end off this video, thank you for watching. I hope that this video is helpful for you as we are navigating these tough times. And I want to know, what do you do that brings you joy? Leave it in the comment section. And if you like this video about the simple way, you know, that you can care for yourself, share it with a friend and send it to somebody you know might find this helpful. And thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a good week. I hope that this week is kind to you and that you're kind to yourself. And take care of yourself, friends. Until next time.